Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to an episode of CrossFit Khalipa, short form podcast where we dive into something I'm thinking about for this upcoming week. And of course, we should each have a little bit of coffee. Topic conversation. Commitment is contagious. And boy, this one just got me fired up. And so on a weekly basis, I'm having these Train Hard Men's Club meetups. And sometimes we're in my garage, sometimes we're outside. This upcoming week, we're running hill sprints. I made it available to anybody. Put it out on social media. Just say, hey, come meet me. We're running hill sprints at this location. I can't wait to see how that one goes. But when we talk about commitment is one of those things where I feel like it's contagious, the inspiration. When you see someone who exemplifies something that inspires you, it's important to recognize it and to harness it. And I want to share just a quick story about one of the gentlemen that showed up for a workout because this inspired me. It inspired me because a commitment was made and it was followed through, which I think in this day and age is even more important than ever, especially for our children to see. So my son and another gentleman's son, the gentleman is Axel. Shout out to Axel if he hears this. His son and my son are on the same soccer team. So a week before this actually happened, we had a soccer game. And I say to Axel, I say, hey man, next Saturday at 6:30 in the morning, I'll have a group of guys in the garage. I'd love for you to come there. And all he says is, sounds good, I'll be there. That was it. End of conversation. We switch off to talk about soccer or whatever else is going on. So a week goes by and I get in the garage about 6 a.m. I'm prepping the garage. About 6:05 comes around and I see a figure, maybe it's like 6:10. I see a figure walking up the driveway. I'm like, oh, I wonder who's here. Showed up early, ready to rock. Sure enough, it was Axel. And the part that really inspired me was I didn't have to follow up with him. I didn't message him again. Literally from the moment I told him at soccer to that following Saturday, we had not talked at all via text, phone, or in person. But here he is, he shows up. He made a commitment and he followed through with it. And it just fired me up. Like Saturday morning, 6 a.m., coffee was already brewing and I got this guy showing up who made a commitment a week before. I didn't have to follow up with him a bunch of times. And I don't know, it was super meaningful to me because it's a good reminder that if I go and make commitments that I need to make sure I follow through with them, even if it's just in passing, like, hey man, you want to show up for this? Be like, yo, yeah, sounds good. It's like, well, dude, then show up. Like, let's do it. But it just really hit home for me, the importance of when you say you're going to do something, do it. And I wanted to bring it up on this CrossFit Khalipa because it was so impactful for me. I wonder how often I've done that where I have followed through, or maybe I haven't. Maybe I didn't think it was a big deal. Maybe like, oh yeah, it sounds good, I'll be there. And then I don't show up. But maybe to that person, they were expecting me to show up. And so it's something I'm reflecting on. It's something I want to improve on. And commitment is contagious. I really appreciate you guys listening to these CrossFit Khalipas. They're a weekly basis where I talk about business, family, fitness, a little bit of everything. And if you can leave us a rating, leave us a review. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Go back, check out the other CrossFit Khalipas. It definitely helps out the podcast, helps us out, and hopefully you're getting a bunch of value. So share it, subscribe for it, but most importantly, make your commitments. And it is contagious because then other people start to fuel off that. Let's keep getting after it. Let's go.